In this lesson, I'm going to show you dependency injection, and this will be a precursor to doing stuff about Spring. But here we're going to talk about dependency injection. It's sort of a spin-off of the Dow presentation, because I have here, I made, this is all on GitHub, by the way. I have 6 classes here, classes/interfaces here. I could have put them easily in separate Dow layers, but just to save some brevity and stuff, we put it all in under the Java class. But I have this main method here, and in here we have a switch table where we convert currency. So what you can do is, the menu will tell you currency conversion, and what you do is you can enter a US dollar amount. So let's say you enter a USD amount of like 10, and what this app will do is it will convert 10 to 10. It will say like 10 US dollars equals 10 US dollars. If you want to convert to foreign, you can enter the number 10 or any other number. You can enter 10 or 5 or 6, integer. In the other option, you can enter an integer, and this program will convert it times 2. So it will say like we're using like a times 2 exchange rate. So if you enter 5, this program will give you the value of 10, and then you have the choice of exiting the program. I could show you just briefly what it does, just how it looks. Let's just run from the top. Running from the top. Okay, convert to US dollars, currency conversion menu. Okay, so let's enter convert to US dollars, right? So it's saying here USD to USD. Okay, so 5. Okay, so 5 US dollars equals 5. It's right on the line below. And it goes through the menu again, so we could try this menu another time. Convert to foreign, US dollars to foreign. Let's say we enter 10, and it says 10 US dollars is equal to 20 foreign dollars. And let's say I want to exit, and we can exit. Okay, cool. So that's the main menu. And you might ask, like, why can't we just do the same thing here, switch case, and instead just have like this input scanner here, and then the next line just do like, why can't we just do this? Why can't we just do sal scan dot 2 times 2, right? Why can't we just do that? I put this in the wrong. I should have put this, or scan times 1, I guess, right? US dollars to US dollars. So why don't we just do this and then just call it a day? Why don't we just do that and then comment this stuff out, right? Why don't we just do that instead of doing all this, making all these classes and stuff? Well, for one thing, I'm trying to show like dependency injection and how it works, which I'm about to show. But number 2 is like you can, if you do this, I think the code on your main menu will become way more, I don't want to say complicated, but verbose. Because you'll see how with dependency injection we can just keep adding new methods on top of this, on top of the options here. So let's go through the dependency injection. Okay, up top I declared these 4 statements. I probably should have put them, like you see how these conversion service, I probably should have flipped them around just to make it flow better logically. But so what we got here is we got an instance of this F conversion service. Conversion equals a new F conversion. And so this instance of this class over here is injected into conversion service. So let's look at our conversion service class. Okay, this conversion service class has what's called a dependency injection. IntelliJ likes to call everything a dependency injection. So this conversion service class brings in an instance of this interface here. I have this interface here called exchange. And if you call this convert method from this conversion service class, it will run this, it will call this exchange interface, and then it will call the method, the one method we have in that interface. So if you go back to the main method here, we have conversion service called, and we want an instance of conversion. Yeah, so let's go to like simple conversion. So let's say the simple conversion class just implements this interface, and this is like your this does the math where it takes this coins object and it returns the value of coins, because this is simple conversion. This is like your US dollar to US dollar, right? So if you enter 5, you return 5. Right? So if you enter 5 here, it returns 5. C.get amount 5. And this is actually an important keyword here. If you go to our interface layer, this keyword int, this tells this method that it returns an int. Okay, so right now this method is abstract. I think that's what they call it. Something like that. So this method mint, it doesn't really tell you what it exactly the value it will return, but it tells you that this method should return an int. And so you go back to this, and this override helps. It helps the developers know that this is associated with this. I think that's, anyway. I think override, intended to override a method declaration in a super type, maybe. But anyway, in the simple conversion, we take that method from this interface, and we get more specific. We tell it to return just C, because this is simple US dollar to US dollar. Now if we go into our foreign conversion service, it does a similar thing. It implements this method here, but instead we define the return type as this object, the value of this object, times 2. And in our main method, what we do is a user inputs an int value, and that int value gets put in a object, coins. Okay, and I have this coin layer here, and I have a get method here, and the coins object just takes in one value, and that's just an int. So yeah, I mean, it's hard. I know it's hard to keep track of all this, but the idea is when we go down here and we do conversion service 1 is conversion service 1, and we know that it's going to implement this, it's going to use this simple method. So when you call conversion service 1, it's going to do this simple convert, right? And so it's going to do this. It's going to just do this simple thing, and this method convert runs. Remember, this method is called mint. So yeah, it's kind of hard to follow. You have to. I recommend just downloading, or I say git cloning this, and just trying to go through it and maybe input like your own, come up with your own thing. You know, swap out all the things. But so I'm going to show you like how this is pretty flexible, right? So let's say in case 1, let's say I wanted to, let's say, print out the USD value in foreign value. In other words, take the number 5, right, and print 10, because $5 would equal 10 foreign dollars, right? So let's say I wanted to add that. Let's say I wanted case 1 to prompt the user to just enter a US dollar 5 and get 5 back. But then I wanted this case to also just be like, oh, user, and also your 5 US dollars equals 10 foreign dollars, okay? So to do that, I could just simply, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get this right, SOUT foreign value is, right? I'm going to do this all inline. And then to do, now I don't really have to do like, I don't really have to do this. I don't really have to call this and say times 2, right? Because I'll show you what happens. If I do like, it's a duplicate. Let's say, let me just copy and paste this. All right, let me show you what happens. So if I copy and paste this, right? And let's say I put it, let's say I put it in, I'm not even sure you can do that, right? See, I'm not even sure you can do this. Let's say I put it in brackets and then do like times 2, right? See, I can't do that. You just can't, the program just doesn't let you just take this and then just do like times 2. You can't, you just can't do that, alright? So we need something a little bit more like sophisticated. What you can do is just simply use our dependency injection we have here, because we already have a method, a series of methods to conversion. Okay, so we can do conversion service. Alright, we can call this, because our conversion here runs the foreign conversion. Dot convert. C. Okay? That's all I have to do. It's going to take this C object and it's going to run it through our foreign method here, our series of methods. Alright, so let me rerun the program. And let's go. Okay, so let's go to number 1, right? US dollars to US dollars. It's going to be 5. And you see how it prints out? Foreign value is 10. Because 5 times 2 equals 10, right? And that's all we had to do. You see how flexible it makes our program? And I also have, like, let's say we wanted another method. Let's say we wanted to, let's do like an int to string, right? Because this, when we enter 5 and we get 5, this is an int, right? Let's say we wanted to print out a string, right? 5 to string. Now 5 to string, it will just be like 5, and then it will just print out another 5. But I'll show you how we can just, we can do this and just use different, I guess you call it data types or something, right? So what we do is we go back to our interface layer and create another method here, right? And we call it string, right? Because we want to return a string. At the end of the day, we want to return a string, like I said. It's string, and we could call it like text, right? And we're going to pass in coins. We're still, I was doing plural stuff. Coins. Yeah, it's coins, right? Alright. Alright, so now we create a new thing of coins here. And it's going to give us 2 related problems. And it's going to immediately tell us about our foreign conversion service layer, right? I could fix it right here. IntelliJ lets you do that. But I'll just do it the more like cinematic way. Alright, it immediately gives us an error because this class implements this interface, so it's going to want us to implement this new method we created, right? text, right? And we want it to return. We want it to return a string. So what we're going to do is we're going to return we want to return this c.getAmount times 2. I think that's no, we want to return integer. I think this is right. Integer dot to string c dot get amount times 2. Right, because we're doing a toString thing here. So we want this to return this amount, because this is an integer up here. And we just want to convert that integer to a string. And I think I have to go into my conversion service layer and make a method. Public void convert, let's call it convert string. We're still dealing with the C object, I think. Coins C. And we're gonna, we have to, this dot exchange dot text, right? C. So this method here will print this what happens here. And I think, well, if I go back here, it's going to tell us we haven't used this thing, right? Method is never used because we haven't called it in the main method, right? So we can just do like I think we'll just do this, right? Conversion dot convert string C. Okay. Let's go back into here. So this I want to just show you text, right? Text. So this will be more like kind of visually better. Text convert to string. Well, okay, I think that's more accurate. And let's run it. Let's run it. Simple conversion is not abstract. So we need to do it here. Okay, it wants us to implement it up there. Oh yeah, I did it for the foreign conversion service. Oh, I gotta do it. I did it in the wrong layer. I think we just copy and paste that, right? Copy and paste, right, in the simple. We'll do it in the simple layer. Paste. Dot get amount. We're not doing time in the simple conversion. We're not doing times 2. We're just doing basic. I think that's better now. I think I did extra work. All right, let's rerun it. All right, case 1. US dollar, $5 US, and it works. $5 US equals $5 US. Text 5, right? This is just telling us that that this line here is a string. And so somewhere deep inside this computer, this is in this 5, and maybe this is in the string pool, or the, I guess they call it the string pool, but this 5 is in the heap. So there you go. That shows you like how you can exploit these layers and use your dependency injection to do like, so on your main method here, on your main menu here, you can have a little bit of code here. You can have it doing this stuff, and then in the background, back here in your other layers, you can do the more like complicated stuff. So yeah, you can find the code on GitHub, and happy coding.